1. Aims. This tool combines desk research with farmer experiences of the climate risks in their locality, how these apply to the crops that they grow. It compares farmer observations with meteorological and other data that's gathered. It seeks to determine farmers' exposure to current and future weather risks. 2. Preparation. To use this tool in the field, you will need the following. You'll need to select a date, a venue, invite participants. You'll need to carry out a review of climate data and weather predictions for the locality. And you'll need to bring a flip chart and pens. It's much easier to draw the grids and the graphs when you're in the office later. 3. In the field. Welcome the participants and introduce the research. For example, "Hi, I'm Amina, a researcher from Diogo University. We're carrying out research into how people in this area farm sustainably. Our work is part of a bigger study that's also talking to farmers in Ghana, Niger, Tunisia and Egypt. We want to learn about the weather and about your crops. We're talking to you because you're the experts. All of the information that we gather will be kept confidentially. We won't share it with anyone. We do need to record names and participants and the date of interviews to confirm the meeting has taken place. We will store all of this safely. The whole exercise may take 1 or 2 hours. We understand you're busy, so if you need to leave early, that will be fine." 4. Define a normal year. Draw a timeline on the flip chart showing the rainy seasons and the harvests. 2016, 17, 18, 19, 20. For example, was 2020 a good or a bad year? Farmer: "It was a bad year because the rains were late." How about 2019? "Not too bad. The rains were a bit late, but there was enough rain for the crops. It wasn't too hot." 2018. 2018 was a terrible year. There was almost no rain. We had to get food aid from the government, and so on. 5. Cropping calendar. Draw a calendar on a large sheet of flip chart paper and list the crops being studied by the project. These are the crops I'm interested in. Tell me the growing period for each of the crops in 2019, a normal year. Mark on the calendar the growing period for each crop. For example, cotton, vegetables, maize, beans, rice, the months that they are grown. 6. Identify the weather threats that farmers have observed. List the threats as rows in the calendar. Threats include dry spells during rainy season, high temperatures, floods, high winds. High nighttime temperature are critical for some crops and are unlikely to be observed by farmers. Areas with 2 rainy seasons will be more complex than areas with a single rainy season. Please mark on the calendar when farmers experience these threats: the weather risk per month, heat wave, drought, flood. Note the farmer's observations. 7. Add weather observations into formal meteorological sources. The government's meteorological department says you experience the following weather threats. Mark the threats that they observe on the calendar. So again, it's month by month, heat wave, drought, flood. Ask the farmers, are these correct from your experiences? The researchers should just discuss and verify observations with farmers. If they disagree, their reasons should be noted. The differences are often due to confusion about the choice of the normal year. 8. Add climate predictions from formal climate modelling. Scientists have calculated that the climate in your community will change in the following ways. List the climate predictions. Add these risks to the calendar. Do you agree with these? Are they similar to changes you have noticed? Are they similar to any predictions from traditional sources? For example, observation of birds, insects, plants, or marabous. Note them down in a similar table. 9. Finalise the calendar. Based on our discussions today, the calendar looks like this. Have we missed anything? Review the calendar with the farmers and note any additional issues. In conclusion, thank the participants for their time. Take a photograph of the calendar and say that you will share it with them on mobile phone should they wish. Ask them if they have any questions and then conclude.